Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile found...
Thanksgiving is a time of year when people sit in reflection upon wonderful memories of days gone by. It is a time of rejoicing, of celebration, of reestablishing the bonds of friendship and family. It is the pinnacle of our autumnal consciousness. But it is also a time when the specters and phantoms of the past emerge to dance as vague shadows along the stones of the amber-lit hearth, to flit as tattered shades through the dark, crisp November air. The Shadowland Radio Show presents A Haunted Thanksgiving. A laundress, newly moved to Charleston following the Civil War, found herself awakened at the stroke of 12 each night by the rumble of heavy wheels passing in the street. But she lived on a dead-end street and had no explanation for the noise. Her husband would not allow her to look out the window when she heard the sounds, telling her to leave well enough alone. Finally, she asked the woman who washed at the tub next to hers. The woman said, "What you are hearing is the army of the dead. They are Confederate soldiers who died in hospital without knowing that the war was over. Each night they rise from their graves and go to reinforce General Lee in Virginia to strengthen the weakened Southern forces." The next night, the laundress slipped out of bed to watch the army of the dead pass. She stood spellbound by the window as the gray fog rolled past. Within the fog, she could see the shapes of horses and could hear the gruff human voices and the rumble of cannons being dragged through the street, followed by the sound of marching feet. Foot soldiers, horsemen, ambulances, wagons, and cannons passed before her eyes, all shrouded in gray. After what seemed like hours, she heard the far-off bugle blast, and then silence. When the laundress came out of her daze, she found one of her arms was paralyzed. She has never done a full day's washing since. And that concludes this edition of the Shadowland Radio Show special presentation of A Haunted Thanksgiving. The Shadowland Radio Show can be heard on the Blackwater Media YouTube channel, the Shadowland Radio Show Facebook page, the American Institute of Metaphysics Facebook page, Google+, and the Blackwater Media Pinterest page. I'm Dr. William Lester, and I'll see you again on the flip side.